Hey guys, just want to show you real quick. The bumblebees are all over my Meyers Lemon. It is starting to bloom. So I put my Meyers Lemon in a pot because I garden in zone 8A currently, and they need to be in zone 9 to be comfortably outside. I did test the theory to see if I can plant it outside, and unfortunately you can. It will come back, but it dies back really hard, severely. If it's mature enough, it dies back all the way, and then it sends out new shoots for the following year. And although it's great that it comes back, it's too harsh, and therefore it does not produce any fruit. Because as you can see, it's October almost to November, and this one that I have in a pot is actually, I just planted it this year because I bought it thinking that the one I planted in the ground died off. So it is actually giving me flower now, but if I leave this outside, you know, the frost is going to get it, and then all the flowers, all the buds will die off, and then I won't get any fruit. So this one I put in a pot so that I can bring it inside when it gets a little bit frosty, and hopefully it'll retain its flowers and then start bearing fruit, and then I'll have some to harvest. Now usually I think the season is a little jacked up, unfortunately, because it's supposed to flower in the springtime, and then you're supposed to harvest them, you know, in the fall time. But as you can see, I don't know why, but it's producing. And technically this is the first year, so it shouldn't have produced at all, but it must have loved the soil that I gave it, because now it's producing. But it's a little bit late. Look at all those clusters of beautiful flowers. They smell amazing. If you ever get the chance to smell the bud and the flower, it attracts a lot of pollinators. As you can see, I'm getting new growth over here, a little bit of a tiny bud up here. That's like such a wonderful sight to see, especially when you want to start growing your own fruit and or vegetables, any kind of growth, new growth, like right here. It's attracting a whole bunch of other things. But I cannot wait to see how well it will do. I don't know if it will survive through the winter, even though I take it indoor, and hopefully it'll keep on growing and give me fruit. And then of course I'll bring it out in the springtime. So thankfully where I garden, the winter doesn't last very long, but as you can see, the ones that I want to make sure that I have surviving through the winter, there's my guava tree over there doing great in that pot. It has sent out so much new growth. Like, I think I might have to trim it back. But this is my first year growing it, so just testing everything. It's leaning really bad, so I've got to either restake it, or I need to compact the soil a little bit more so it's not leaning. And then I have an orange tree. I think this is a navel orange tree. It's the same age as the Meyers Lemon, but it's not doing anything right now, which I didn't expect it to do anything. So the Meyers Lemon is actually a surprise that it's producing more for me. The guava hasn't produced anything. And then this is my mango tree. You could see it suffered some kind of scorch over here. I'm not sure why. I don't know if maybe I gave it too much fertilizer in the springtime. But it's sending out new growth over here. So I think it's okay. I think the pot, when we started moving it in, because we had a couple of nights down in the 40s, and they are actually zone 9 and above as well. And I wanted to bring it in. And when we moved it, I realized that it leaked water. So I think the hole is either clogged, but I've got to check the hole, and I might have to just repot this whole thing up. I don't know if that's what was stressing it, because you can see it's really small compared to what it should have been. I think this tree is supposed to be like a 2-year-old, 3-year-old when I bought it at the nursery. I bought it on, I can't remember what the online store was, darn it. But it was supposed to be a couple years, and it's supposed to produce, but you can see it's not doing very well. But now that it's draining a little bit better. Like the soil doesn't seem as dry, but it is damp. So I think I might need to just go down there and figure out why. Oh, sorry. Yeah, why it's still really damp when really it hasn't received any rain. But it's pushing out new growth, so that's another thing that's kind of like, well, if it's pushing out new growth, is it okay? And I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to risk the chance of it root rotting, so I'll probably repot this whole thing and then look at the pot itself. The funny thing is this pot is the same as the guava pot over there, and that one is not having any issue or waterlogged. So I think it's just the hole in this one. And then over here are my 2 guava. Doing good. This one is a little droopy. I don't know why. I watered them a couple of days ago. Over here, this one's not as droopy, but this one is definitely doing a lot better than that one. You could see they're the same, they're the same age, but definitely not the same size. So I guess to each their own. We all grow differently. So that being said, I guess plants do the same thing. But yeah, I just want to show you how exciting it is to finally see pushing out flowers, and they smell, you guys. They're so beautiful. And they smell so good. Ooh, I cannot wait. I hope you guys are having great success as well. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, you guys. Have a great day.